Subscribe for the very latest.
Play it, Daddy.
What up, everybody? It's the one and only Chord Room, the foundation of Kings of the Republic. Shout out to everybody who's liking, subscribing, you know, whether it be one view or 200. Shout out for you. Shout out to y'all for listening and watching us just talk and, you know, really enhance or add to the culture that we call hip hop. So shout out to y'all. Man, I don't know. By the time I listen to this, man, it's been a while since we recorded. It feel like forever for me. But you know, hey, life happens, man. Shout out, you know, I just had a little one. She was preemie. See, I don't. Anybody who has a preemie child, it's stressful. And it's, you know, stressful, but it's like sweet and sour. It's like, you know what I'm saying? And I don't know if y'all eat sweet and sour things, but I love sweet and sour things. You know what I'm saying? I love getting the best of both worlds, you know, because, you know, when it comes to like sweet and sour things in life, the sour things force you to grow. And then the sweet things are just the joys of life. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, a great poet once said, joy and pain, sunshine and rain. Just saying.
Frankie, don't strike us, bro. You know what
I'm just saying. hey, what's the other joint? That's the same joint.
What? Yeah.
That it is because even he says that it's a line in that song he says they're all one and the same because you need the sunshine and the rain.
That's right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
Frankie Beverly and the Maze.
Hey, they changed their name, by the way.
With the what? The Maze?
It's called
Did some of them leave?
Yeah, I think except for Frankie. Frankie's still there. Hold on. I literally just found this out.
Hey, I got
the other day.
I got a bad take on Frankie though. I can't even hold you. That
really?
Frankie out here stealing money, fam. I ain't gonna
hold
you. Hey, Frank out here charging $80, $100 for these tickets. You go to a Frankie concert, and he ain't singing at all, fam. He just got the mic out there. Y'all sing these songs. Y'all sing these songs for 2 hours. I get up out of here.
He can't be worse than Peebo Bryson's charging like $200 some odd dollars a ticket.
Peebo
Bryson. Yeah.
This ain't what, 5 songs to get up out of there?
Yeah, he ain't got much.
More than one or two
he ain't
songs,
got much.
right?
He be out there with, I think he toured with he tours with Stephanie Mills, I think.
He's charging more than Patti LaBelle.
Yeah.
$200 though.
Hey, if you buy it, you fell for it. I'm just saying, you know how many songs he got.
I can't be mad at the game though. I can't. Hey,
sure, you got you know how many songs Peebo Bryson got. He ain't got much, and they hitting, but they ain't hitting. You know what I'm saying? So,
it's like Spades with him. You got a strong foe and a possible.
Yeah. He better be on tour. He better be on tour with Michael Jackson, little nephew or somebody.
Y'all straight
out there with Jermaine Jackson.
Yeah. Let's get serious.
Hey, that's
hey, so now the name of the group is called the Music Forever. That's what it's called. TMS.
Oh, stop.
Music stop.
Forever.
Just say the Maze. Why can't just say Maze? The Maze or Maze? Something.
Because I would think the reason why they did that is because he made that they all probably split the name. So because of that, he had to change the name. And you know Frankie when he stepped on stage, you know it's Frankie. You know what I mean? So
now when he stepped on stage with the white cap, you gotta have the white cap.
Yeah, you gotta have the white cap.
You gotta have the white
muscle shirt on.
Yeah. Hey, shout out to Frankie. Frankie Beverly. Frankie Beverly, one of the greatest voices ever.
Hey. You said the greatest voices?
One of them. Now, I mean, you know, in the past, one of the greatest voices. One of the great. I love. Yeah, you listen to
Which?
No, Joy and Pain. Joy and
Pain.
The way he's singing that joint, phenomenal, man.
Can't Get Over You, Southern Girl.
Yeah,
That Southern girl be hit.
That Southern girl be on point. Yeah.
He ain't singing much these days, but you know, when he was.
Dang.
Hey, y'all sing these songs. I sure would.
Messed up.
Hey, listen. And you know what? I think that's a good way for him to keep the band going, because even people like the Temptations still touring.
Still touring, fam.
And Otis is still running the Temptations.
How old is Otis?
Oh, he gotta be 85.
Yeah, he in his 80s, but he's still running the Temptation. They just put an album out like a year or two ago, I think.
They ain't come to see you, Otis.
Right. hey, yeah, and you know
they still come to see him though. They still come to see him.
Exactly. Right. He going to David like, look, who they coming to see now? who they coming to see now? Shoot. Hey,
I just watched that last night. I like.
Hey, that's one of my favorite joints, man. But listen, man, I want to make sure, because I know Chuck got to get up out of here because he got to get up early in the morning. So I want to make sure I get into everything real quick. So so you know, as we were on a hiatus, and by the way, once again, shout out to my baby Cadence.
Amen.
You know,
Amen.
you know, I got another little troll I could, you know, wind up and make mine. You know,
You said a troll.
yeah,
That's messed up.
Nah, shout out to my baby. That's my heart, man. She's a fighter. Y'all pray for her. She's, like I said, she's a preemie. She in there. She's breathing on her own. She's doing her thing. So, you know, man, she'll be home pretty soon.
Wait, can we get the banner, man? We ain't got no ticket.
Oh yeah,
banner?
let me get this.
Like that. Just saying.
Let me get that banner popping. Yeah, man. So, you know, we celebrating 50 years of hip hop. And hey, listen. Hey, and guess what? In another 50 years, Carrington and Cadence are gonna be hosting the same podcast saying it's 100 years of hip hop. Just saying, they're gonna be celebrating the same thing. But yeah, it's 50 years of hip hop. And I as we were on our little hiatus, like I said, shout out to Trent for holding us down with the clips and everything. I was like, man, I want to kind of maybe like start to really like drill down on like the parts, like celebrating a lot of parts of not just hip hop, but like music as well. You know what I'm saying? Really like focusing on certain artists. Given like this 50 years of hip hop makes me understand that there are certain people that don't get flowers. They don't talk about them a lot. So as a person and as persons in the I feel like we're in the game of hip hop and in the business of educating people about hip hop. We want to make sure that we give everybody their just due. So with that being said, I want to talk about Mannie Fresh. Now, this particular, we did this before. This particular segment is called Producer Talk, right? So basically, we just, you know, we want to really focus on producers in this segment. And Mannie Fresh is a producer that, I mean, he basically ran a whole label.
Mm-hmm.
Now, obviously, you got Baby, you got Slim, excuse me, but there's no Cash Money without Mannie Fresh.
Of course not.
There's no, and here's what I got from the time of Mannie Fresh, like just through all my research and like really listening to Cash Money. Because I had to, in my mind, I'm thinking like, man, before there was Cash Money, there was No Limit, right?
Fact.
So I had to ask myself, like, why is it that why did No Limit have the success that Cash Money had?
Why did or why didn't?
Why they did not? Because I don't believe that they had the same success. Or do y'all disagree with that?
I think they both equally had a good
run of success. Like No Limit had their own success. Cash Money had his own success. The only difference that between Cash Money and No Limit in my book, this is just me, my thoughts, is that Cash Money produced a legendary MC that is still present to this day, which would be Lil Wayne. No Limit, I don't see any present MCs that came from that group that's still present and still relevant today. So Cash, in my opinion, Cash Money, they have one up on No Limit in my book, but I feel that they both still, I feel that they both held an equal good amount of success on both sides. That's just me. Now, if you're talking about who was just better, I would lean more toward Cash Money being better music than No Limit. And no disrespect to the music that was coming out or to the production that was coming out, because Beats by the Pound was definitely holding it down. But you with Manny Fresh, it was just one man that was doing that music, and he was making bangers.
What you think, Chuck?
Yeah, I think I was thinking about the dang. I think No Limit had obviously a shorter stint for us to being successful. I think the thing that was kind of like interesting is I think Master P was like, I need to get this label to a point where I am no longer the face of it, but he never could get it off that. Like when you think of No Limit, you just think of P, and you think of the others. But he was trying not to be the face. He was trying like, all right, I'm gonna get this game going. I'm gonna get the label going. I'm gonna get my brothers on. They're gonna take off, be the superstars. I really just want to do the business part of it. But he never could transition over to that. It just stayed that. And then it just kind of came and went. And in comparison to No Limit, they just had not No Limit, but Cash Money. Yeah, like you got Lil Wayne, arguably one of the best hip hop artists of our era, and then on the couple of that you had Juvenile, who was great in his own right, and then BG is just BG. Like, what I'm saying, when you hear that name, you already know what time it is. Cash Money's Army, like, know what time it is. So, and then to couple that, Lil Wayne had branched off a different tree underneath that. Now he got Drake and Nicki to, with Young Money and Cash Money. So it's No Limits. I'm not No Limit. Keep saying but Cash Money is their tentacles on hip hop is definitely a lot larger compared to No Limit.
I agree.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. But but Manny Fresh is, I might be bridging topic here, but I keep going back to that snippet of Manny Fresh took the hard way of producing. He's a producer. And what I mean by that is he's making all these beats with 8 sounds. He's not sampling. He's using 8 sounds on that. I forgot what board he was talking on some type of variation of an MPC board, but it only came with 8 sounds, and he had to make all those beats that way. So that's the part that's kind of like, amazing.
Exactly. And hey, like I said, I think that Cash Money is way more successful than No Limit was, only because they're still here, and they like Chuck said, they had superstars that come off that label, and me personally, I think that Juvenile is better than all of them, but that's just me. But
that's a hot take.
That is a hot take.
Because I just think that Juvenile, he's very that his hooks are crazy, right?
Yeah.
His voice, he have a, like I always tell Trump, you can be the most lyrical in the world, but his voice is so distinctive.
Facts.
And he's so New Orleans. I'm not saying that all of them are not, but
he's specifically New Orleans.
He is super New Orleans.
He personifies it for sure.
Yes, he does.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say I think that, I mean, like I said, Lil Wayne, super dope. Like I said, I'm not gonna argue with nobody say he's the greatest. I just think that Juvenile is better. He can come out tomorrow and still make like one of the hottest songs. I've heard him do it. Like out of nowhere, I'm like, this is hot. I mean, it ain't gonna bubble because he's an older artist, but he still can do it.
I just wanna let my soul glow. Try to let my soul glow. Gotta let my soul glow. Yeah. Let it shine so silky smooth. That's nothing but natural juices and berries. They say we prone to hypertension, diabetes. Told y'all be mindful what they putting in your food. These young girls walk around like adult women. Start acting your age, don't change for a man. Cause you can end up in a soundproof van. Needle in your arms, zip ties on your hand. I got a daughter, so you know I got a plan. Boost her self-esteem, push her to her dreams. Never lose your imagination. Learn self-defense, know your surroundings. Cause things ain't always what they seem. They say I got an old soul, so it's in her genes.